I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes home and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide?
This is the Revolting Blob, and you're watching Cold TV. Ah!
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pro Wrestling 60, where we recap everything that happened this past week in the world of professional wrestling. I'm Xlj the Og, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. B. Bro.
How are we doing out there, world? And XLJ, once again, I have a question for you.
I don't know I still don't know the Team Edward team other bullshit, so yeah, what's your question?
That's okay, because that's not the question this week. Do you like
Gryffindor.
nuts? Do you like nuts?
I feel like this is gonna be a like these nuts type of thing.
How about
Kinda...
these nuts?
Okay, fair enough. I do like peanut M&Ms, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're tasty.
F Mary Kill, regular M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh, F Mary Kill?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Okay.
We do have a 60-minute show to do, by the way.
Okay. Put me on the spot.
I'll come back to you on that. How about this?
No, I've got my answer.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I've got my answer. I think I'm, honestly, as bad as this is, I think I'm killing regular M&Ms.
Interesting. I know you're marrying peanut butter.
All right. I'm marrying peanut butter M&Ms, and I'm fucking peanut M&Ms.
Touche. Well, it was another busy week in the world of pro wrestling, and my goodness, what a week we've got ahead of us. There is literally a show every day of the week this week, and a couple or multiple shows on the weekend. So we got a lot to get to. As always, I'll let you hit us with that sweet line.
Yes. But you know what else would be awesome? They make peanut butter M&Ms. What if they made Nutella M&Ms? Ooh.
Shut up.
Yeah. That'd be a game changer.
That'd be pretty fucked.
Yeah, we are not here to talk about that, but we would like to take credit for it if that ever becomes a thing.
I hope you talked it into existence.
Yeah, we are here to talk about wrestling, though. What's happened this week in the world of pro wrestling. So, I say that the clock starts now.
All right, and our top story this week, it was a monumental week for all elite wrestling as AEW's two flagship shows celebrated some milestones as Dynamite celebrated the 300th episode, and Collision celebrated its 100th episode. I can't believe we're already at 100 episodes of Collision. I feel like that show started yesterday. But here we are, man. Congratulations to AEW. This is a pretty awesome. Man, 300 episodes of Dynamite. That's another one. I still remember the opening in DC, man. I feel like it was yesterday, but that was literally a lifetime ago. I mean, considering that show was opened by Cody Rhodes against Sammy Guevara, and now look where those guys are. It's just crazy. But anyways, so let's talk about Let's talk about Dynamite, and let's talk about Collision from this past week. And first off, we're going to talk about Dynamite, of course. And man, oh man, what a show this was. First and foremost, the opening segment. Let's talk about Hangman coming out, gets the beat down, but he gets inside Mox's head. And my God, this matchup, this highly anticipated matchup for All In Texas this Saturday, just got somehow bigger because, folks, we now have a Texas death match with Jon Moxley, Hangman Adam Page, not only for the AEW championship, but really with like so much more than that on the line. Man, what do you think about the announcement that this is a Texas death match now?
I mean, you have to love it because Texas Death Match has kind of become Hangman's bag. It's kind of become his
it's
signature
crazy.
match.
He's defeated. If you look at the history, Hangman Page has defeated Lance Archer. He's defeated Adam Cole. He's there's another name in there I think I'm missing.
Moxley.
Well, I was going to get to that. And he has defeated Jon Moxley in a death match before. So
I don't think it was Danielson, was it?
No, I don't think it was Danielson. The only one he's lost was to Swerve. But, I mean, he's definitely a master of the Texas death match. And how apropos the fact that this match is taking place in Texas. I mean, as if I didn't need enough incentive already to watch this Saturday. This is going to be, as the late great Pat Patterson said, banana. I mean, it's gonna be bonkers, dude. And we'll talk about it a lot more later this week on our All In prediction show.
Yes, if I can give a teaser, I have a very interesting idea of what the ending of this match and this pay-per-view.
Oh, I think a lot of people, and I do too, and I think a lot of us have high hopes. Let's put it that way. But tune into our prediction show later this week, and we will break it all down for you. But also on Dynamite 300, the main event was awesome as you had old rivals go at it in Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada. And, of course, the best bout machine returned to save his friend, his golden lover, Kenny Omega, is back. And, of course, the match is on for All In Texas. It's Okada. It's Omega. The first time ever on North American soil for the unified title. Dude, like, you've got my money there. And there's so many other matches that All In, too, I'm so excited for. And we're going to talk about here momentarily. But tremendous main event. Also, we got to see the continued partnership with Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay as they were in action against the Beast Mortos and Dralistico in tag team action. And also their match made official too now at All In, as it will be for the VP titles. But that's not all that's going to be on the line, and we'll talk about that momentarily. Also, this was the Superman tie-in episode because Superman's coming out this week. Which I get it. We talked about this. I'm pretty excited for that. But they had the Villains versus Heroes trios match with the Young Bucks and Takeshita teaming up to take on Bandito and Paragon. Of course, the Bucks and Takeshita pick up the win. I mean, it's in the Bucks. It was in the Bucks. It was in California. It was in their backyard, so they're not gonna lose. And also, we had the Casino Gauntlet match. We had the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match on the line in a 4-way with MJF picking up the win over Anthony Bowens. Brody King and AR Fox, and he will now enter number 2 as Mark Briscoe will enter number 1. But we got to talk about that opening matchup for the TBS Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa. That match was el fuego. It had everything back and forth, and it was our match of the week this week here on PW60. It was so damn good. I mean, Mercedes at the end of the day, not only did she retain her title, she got to attack Toni Storm, and she got to eat some damn cake. I hope that's an omen of things not to come, as the Timeless One will put an end to Miss Moné and the CEO of AEW come this Saturday. But we'll find out and see. But seriously, man, this matchup was awesome. What do you think of that matchup with Mina and Mercedes?
It was absolutely killer. Like, because like 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 you know Mercedes is not gonna lose going into All In, but like, man, there were times where it's like, holy crap, I think Mina's gonna pull this out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, Mina, come on, Mina. Like,
Mina is like the only one who can do that, I think, and I've said it before on this show, and I'll say it a million times. She's a future AEW Women's Champion, TBS Champion, Women's Champion, all the above. Give her all the gold because she deserves it. But yeah, this match was awesome, man. It was incredible, and it was our match of the week here on PW60. Well, let's talk about Collision 100, which was a really good show. Of course, the best moment for me, I think. How about the return of Scorpio Sky as he answered Maskcaster's open challenge? Great to see Scorpio Sky back in the ring. Looks like Christopher Daniels will be managing him, so that's exciting. See kind of a former SCU reunion going on there. How excited were you to see Scorpio Sky back in an AEW ring?
to be honest,
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah. Well, you never really got to see Scorpio Sky a whole lot, did you?
No.
Because he kind of fizzled out as you were getting into wrestling, really.
Yeah, that is true. That is
Yeah, I
true.
think you only remember him from like his Men of the Year type of
Exactly.
that time frame, which was fine, but he did better. Also in the main event, Kyle Fletcher successfully defeated Daniel Garcia to become the new #1 contender for the TNT Championship. He will challenge Adam Cole at All In Texas for that championship. And we had an incredible 8-woman tag match with Athena, Megan Bayne, Tekla, and Julia Hart going up against Thunder Rosa, Ty J, and Queen Aminata. It was a great, like I say, it was a great 8-woman tag. So many combustible elements in that one as we're going into that big casino gauntlet matchup. Also, too, big matchup for Thunder Rosa in Texas as she's going to try to dethrone Athena for that ROH championship on Friday night. So, be interesting to see what happens there. Also, man, we got to talk about this one too. FTR and the Outrunners, man, that almost was our match of the week. Like if it wasn't for Mercedes and Mina, that it was. I know you're a big tag team guy. What did you think of the Outrunners and FTR?
Oh, it was awesome, and like I keep gravitating, and you've said this time and time again, like Collision's just a fun wrestling show.
Yeah.
And like don't come to Collision expecting a whole lot of story progression and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fun wrestling show, and I feel like each of these matches like offered that, but like in a variety of ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. But Collision was a fun, solid show. AEW had another killer week, and I mean it's awesome to see them get so much momentum in what is going to be arguably the biggest week in AEW's maybe history in a long time. Because I mean, here's the thing. There's a huge fan base for AEW and that style of wrestling overseas, but this is their biggest undertaking they've done here in North America, with All In coming up in Texas. So I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's an amazing show. They've done an incredible job building it. I cannot wait for Saturday afternoon. Cannot wait. But I can tell you one person who apparently won't be there. Well, actually, let's run down the all-in card first. Sorry. So we've got, of course, the Texas Death Match for the AEW Championship with Jon Moxley defending against Hangman Adam Page. We've got Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné for that AEW Women's title. The Unified title, Okada Omega. We mentioned the Casino Men's Gauntlet. It's going to start with Mark Briscoe and MJF. Also, an official participant is Mystico. The Women's Gauntlet also will take place, and Chris Statlander, we know, is the number one entrant. The number two entrant will get determined this Wednesday on Dynamite, as there will be a four-way matchup. And then, of course, the Young Bucks and Swerve against Ospreay. Not only is the EVP's roles on the line, if Swerve and Ospreay can't get it done, they have said that they will not challenge for the AEW Championship for an entire year. So, a lot on the line in that one. Also, we now know the AEW World Tag Team titles are going to be on the line in a triple threat, as the Hurt Syndicate will defend against Jet Speed and the Patriarchy. And as we mentioned, Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher for that TNT Championship. Loaded show, my friend. But as I said, alluded to, there is one person we know that won't be on there, apparently. And that seems to be Dr. Britt Baker. A lot of people talking about Britt Baker here lately. Is she done in AEW? Has she, it's a lot hearsay. It's kind of like it was before. Like, nothing is set in stone. Nothing's really come out and officially saying she's done with AEW. I mean, Britt Baker's just a busy person. I mean, she is a doctor, And it just so happens to be our good buddy, the Best Gout Machine. He's got some inside info on what the good doctor has actually been up to lately. So, that being said, let's go to the Best Gout Machine.
Follow Best Gout Machine or suffer the consequences.
Lord. Good God! P-Dub City, it is the BGM. And we all know about Britt Baker. We heard the rumors that she might be heading over to the Fed. But, folks, let me tell you. She's not going to the Fed, baby. She's staying in All Elite Wrestling. Because she's not going to the Fed. She's not on the sidelines. The woman is a dentist. DMD. She's busy with clients. So many people have rotting teeth and tooth decay that she's needed throughout America to save them teeth. How dare you, how dare all of you think this woman is going to leave the company that made her huge and go over to the evil Fed and work with Paul, all right? She's staying with AEW, she's staying with Tony Khan, but she's also not just going to wrestle wrestlers, she is wrestling tooth decay, all right? And gingivitis. She gets those kids in there, she drills in them teeth, she makes you brush your teeth, floss, gargle, mug, root beer, which as we all know is made from fermented pit bull blood. You go, and your teeth are shiny and white. Oh, God damn, it's the diabetes, I tell you, man. Just give me a second, let me just kind of, that area, it's like the area between your balls and like your inner thigh. Like, you got your name for your taint, but we don't have an area for that little, that two-way street that goes right between each. It gets sweaty as, hold up, it gets sweaty. Woo! Yeah, I had to do that, man. It just God damn, will CM Punk pay for my insulin? I'm recording this July 5th. July 4th, there was people shooting off fireworks all night long. It is July 5th as of this recording. My neighbors are still popping off fireworks. I get bored after 5 minutes of that, and they can just go for hours. God, I have the cleanest nuts on the planet. Thank you. I just like to let it be known, minty fresh, powdered to perfection. Were we talking about Britt Baker?
What the hell? I feel like it was like two separate segments. And for the record, I refer to that area as Dreamscape. Just saying. Anyways, thank you so much, Best Scout. A lot to take in there. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw from this past week.
I about choked on an M&M though when he
don't choke, brother.
He put it back on his face.
First off, we have new tag team champions. The New Day has been dethroned, and the Judgment Day has once again taken over. They now are your tag team champions. Your Raw, or what the hell is it? The World Tag Team Champions, right? I think it says. I lose track of that shit. Anyways, they are the tag team champions that are on Monday Night Raw. Speaking of the Judgment Day too, man, big night for them, as looks like Roxanne is officially a part of the Judgment Day. Not sure how Liv's gonna feel about that, but she is taking over as the interim women's tag team champion, where she will be with Raquel. And of course, Dirty Dom's still your IC champion. Judgment Day's got all the gold now, pretty much, over on Monday Night Raw. What do you think of that, B-roll?
Every single member's got gold.
Yes, indeed. Also had a tremendous encounter with Rusev and Sheamus. Of course, renewing their some classic matches they've had before in the past. I had another one on this past Monday night. And the Bayley and Lyra Valkyria #1 contender women's IC title match ended in some controversy, as it was a no contest. But we now know both of them will challenge Becky Lynch for that Intercontinental Championship at Evolution this Sunday. And of course, in the main event, we have Bronson and Braun, the big boys, as I like to call them, going up against Penta and Sami Zayn. That's a unique tandem there. So, Braun had some moments, but I feel like it's that time on our show as we reflect. Let's go to our good friend Dad Hat for Dad Hat's tip of the week here on PW60.
It's that time of the week again. Dad Hat's Life Lessons of the Week. Brought to you by World Championship Wreckage. Find them on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And also by the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday, twitch.tv/WrestleTalk Wolfpack. And now, here's Dad Hat.
All right, kids, always remember that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
You knew we had to talk about it. So, anyways, thank you so much, Dad Hat. And yeah, we've got Grande Americana.
What was there to talk about?
Well, somehow Grande Americano got a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, a little bit more muscle bound.
Well, you never know. You could have had a growth spurt.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about SmackDown from this past. You're not gonna get me. Like, fuck.
What type of shoes was he wearing? You don't know. Could have been wearing lifts, platform shoes.
Well, let's talk about SmackDown from this past Friday night.
Could have started taking steroids.
Anyways, that goes without saying. So we had a #1 contenders on the SmackDown side of things for the Women's Tag Team Championship, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are going to be a part of that four-way at Evolution. It's kind of weird, huh? Like, okay, now they're a tag team. Like, what do you think of that? Like, I don't hate it, but I'm just kind of like, huh. That's not what I was expecting for Charlotte and Alexa at Evolution.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a real interesting. I mean, because they're definitely trying to tell a story here. Of,
yeah.
Like, Alexa is there to help Charlotte, but Charlotte's like not having any of it, and Charlotte's being Charlotte, and
they're not doing anything else, so okay, I guess, right?
it's
I
just
mean,
like we just don't know where we're going with this yet.
yeah, it's yeah. That's the best way to put it. Also, we got a big 8-man tag, the Wyatt Six, going up against what's this team? Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Berto, and Chris Sabin. All like kind of the rest of the tag team division against the Wyatt Six. So, also we got the that big tag team main event with Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso teaming up to take on Solo Sikoa and your absolute favorite, JC Mateo. And once again, we got to see the rest of this new bloodline lay waste to Jacob Fatu. Did they come out and say Hikuleo's new name? Like, I feel like they did, right?
I can't remember.
I know
Busy week for Jacob Fatu though. Busy week.
Oh, that's not even a story. Are we going to talk about that? Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the Rikishi? Are you talking about the Rikishi thing?
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I didn't have in the format, brother, but yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. If you know, you know. So
busy week for Jacob Fatu. That's what we're going to leave it at.
Okay, you had to bring it up. Also, God damn. Tiffany Stratton apparently has her new challenger for Evolution as the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus stepping forward. God, looking fine as hell. My goodness. Delivering Stratisfaction. That woman is ageless. Like, good God. Look at her. She's just stunning. Sorry. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. Trish Stratus will challenge Tiffany Stratton at Evolution. Speaking of Evolution, let's talk about it. It is this Sunday. And you know what? It's this is kind of a weird feeling, isn't it? Because this is like a solid show. Like, it's a stacked show. But it just seems like they have put little to no effort in building this stuff. Like, it's just like, okay. It's
kind of just been like a cliff note. Like,
it's unfortunate, and I hope the ladies like put everybody on notice, because I tell you, I am looking more forward to this show than anything else WWE's doing this weekend. Like, if this was going up against All In, it would be a little challenging for me to pick. I mean, I'd still go with All In, but yeah, this is loaded, man. Of course, we got Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the women's world title, which I'm so afraid Io's going to drop it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in that one. 'Cause I still want Io and Asuka, damn it. Also, we mentioned it. We got the women's tag titles on the line in a 4-way. We do know Charlotte and Alexa will challenge. We'll find out on Raw and NXT this week who the other two teams will be challenging. And speaking of NXT, the NXT Women's Championship is going to be on the line with Jordan Grace challenging JC Jane. And we've got this battle royal to determine they will get a title shot. I don't think they specified which title, though. But you get a title shot at the Clash in Paris. So, and that's not all, folks. We got more. Also, oh boy, they're renewing their rivalry, keeping it going. Jade Cargill and Naomi will meet one-on-one. Triple threat for the IC Championship, as we mentioned. Becky Lynch putting it up against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, which I think is going to steal the show. And, of course, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus one-on-one. Like I say, man, Evolution is looking like a solid-ass card, man. I am pumped for that this weekend. But once again, that's the only thing I'm pumped for WWE this weekend. Just saying. Because Saturday night's main events this weekend, too, we're not even going to fucking talk about because fuck Goldberg. There. You're getting Goldberg and Gunn. You want to know what's happening? Bullshit's what's going to happen. Because if fucking Goldberg wins this Saturday, you heard me proclaim it. I will not watch WWE for the rest of the year. And honestly, I hope it happens. I kind of hope it happens. Because it's bullshit what they've done to this Women's Evolution card, how they've lacklusterly promoted an amazing card. And it's a bunch of bullshit they're doing there. other. But I'm not want to talk about that. Get to that. Let's talk about NXT from this past Tuesday. Man, once you get me going, dude. Joe Hendry and Wes Lee went one-on-one because you say his name and he appears, of course. Also, we got Miles Bourne and Lexus King one-on-one as well. Kind of a rivalry from X, I guess. It's kind of weird. Like, that's how the kids do these things nowadays. So, whatever. And then, Inamura is your new number one contender for the NXT Championship, and he's going to challenge Obafemi at the Great American Bash. I don't know. Like, I don't know about you, but I felt like this past Tuesday was kind of not a bad show. It just kind of seemed like, nothing moving the wheel necessarily. But as I mentioned, Great American Bash is this Saturday. Let's talk about it. We have got the official TNT title contract signing for Slammiversary will take place with Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Santana. We got a big tag team matchup with Fatal Attraction going up against Jordan Grace, and she's still Mariah May to me, damn it. Blake Monroe. I think I got that right. Of course, Obafemi defended against Inamura for the NXT Championship, and Sol Ruka to take on Izzy for the North American Championship. All that taking place this Saturday. If I'm being honest, like, it looks like another Tuesday night on NXT. Like, for them trying to do something to compete with like what's going on in AEW, and this is like the show they're putting up. It's like, oh, okay. Like, anyways, let's talk about Impact from this past Thursday night. As we have got a lot of things going on in the world of TNA wrestling, of course, as we are getting ready for, I can't believe Slammiversary is almost here. It's only in a couple weeks.
Be here before you know it.
Be here before you know it, yeah. Had the Inspiration in tag team action pick up a big win. Also, we had this Mustafa Ali Cedric Alexander confrontation. Got to talk about the Knockouts Championship in a chain match with Masha Slamovich successfully retaining against Killer Kelly, her former tag team partner and friend. Also, you got to see Nick Nemeth go up against Zachary Wentz. And how about the return of Myron Reed? It's kind of cool to see him back in TNA. And then this new segment, this King's Speech with Kazarian. I don't know how I feel about that, but let's talk about Slammiversary, though. As we said, it is right around the corner. Coming up here in a couple weeks. We do know that TNA Championship's on the line in a four-way, or in a triple threat, I should say. We do know Masha Slamovich will defend her Knockouts Championship, but will it be against JC James or Jordan Grace? It depends on who walks out of Evolution, your NXT champion. I don't know how I feel about that. A title for title match, like, because
what's that even mean?
I don't know. Like, I guess that means you want to know what it means, brother? It means Masha Slamovich is fucked. That's what it means, because WWE ain't gonna fucking let their talent lose to I don't know.
So, are both titles on the line? Like, is that?
Yeah. It's both titles are on the line. Somebody's walking out with both gold, and I hope it's Masha Slamovich, but I got a feeling it's going to be a cold day in hell. Probably Jordan Grace, I imagine. I think Jordan's going to walk out at Evolution with the NXT Women's Championship. But speaking of championships, we got plenty more on the line at Slammiversary. The big ladder match for the TNA World Tag Team titles with the Nemeth brothers defending against the Hardys, First Class, and the Rascals. That X Division title's on the line. Can Leon Slater be the guy to finally dethrone Moose? I know you hope so. I think a lot of other people do. So, and also at Slammiversary, it's going to be a big one-on-one matchup with Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali. Those knockout tag team titles are on the line, as well as you got the Elegance brand defending against the Inspiration, and Tessa Blanchard to meet Indy Hartwell. One-on-one at Slammiversary. Slammiversary is a loaded show. I'm excited for this. So many loaded shows in the coming weeks here in the world of wrestling, man. Yeah, so little time. Well, my friends, it's that time. We spice things up a bit here on the show. Let's go to Spicy Guac with a spicy take.
Spicy Guac here with a sudden update. I believe I got abandoned in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of explosions going on. I see colors in the sky. There's music that I'm unfamiliar with. But there is graffiti here. Something about sucking eggs, and I don't know what that means.
Oh, poor Spicy. I didn't know he was stuck in Saudi, man. Oh, God. Well, I hope he gets home soon.
We'll have to send the rescue party.
We may have to.
Again.
We got Jay out of there, I think, once. Or no, that was over in the UK. Or was that Best Scout? I've lost track.
Well, Spicy got trapped in his car.
Well, yeah, and now he's trapped in Saudi Arabia. So I think this is pretty cool, though. Let's talk about this. Rhea Ripley coming to the defense of a wrestling fan who was cosplaying as Timeless Tony Storm, which, by the way, the cosplay is fucking chef's kiss. Looks marvelous. Looks magnificent. But yeah, just, some troll, some asshole being an asshole. Imagine that. Somebody on the internet being an asshole. Making some offhand comments, and Rhea Ripley just coming right in, defending her, pretty much just calling them out. So good for Rhea, man. Good for Mommy. I love Mommy. And of course, there's a history there with Tony and Rhea. So, and I mean, a good history, a good rivalry. But that was pretty cool, I thought, to see like her come to the defense of not only a fellow wrestler, but or a wrestling fan, but of also a fellow wrestler in another company. So, anyways, speaking of wrestlers in another company, it sounds like AEW may, in fact, be interested in potentially bringing in former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Isla Dawn. What do you think of this, B-roll?
Please do.
I like her. Yeah, I like her. I think she's super talented.
Now, like, the question is, as long as they use her right, but like, I feel like with Deonna Purrazzo as the exemption, most of like Megan Bain, they've done a good job with her, and like I feel like they're not dropping the ball as much, but
I think here lately they've been doing a good job in the past. I even think Tekla they've done a really good job with what they've done with her so far as well. I mean, it's still early on, but I enjoy watching her on Collision. And she kind of have this mystique about herself. So, yeah.
Look, Deonna Purrazzo though, gosh darn it.
Yeah, we just gotta figure you can get Deonna right. So, but yeah, looks like she may be all elite here sooner rather than later. Speaking of elite, how elite is this? Congratulations go into one Chris Statlander, who won the Pro Wrestling Eve International Championship this past week. Of course, you already saw like Mercedes kind of throwing some shade, and Chris is like, "Leave me alone, damn it! You've got enough belts, you bitch." No. I love Statlander. Like anytime you put a belt on her, that's money as far as I'm concerned. Really excited to see what's going to happen with her, like with in AEW and this gauntlet match, and what's going to happen with her and the Death Riders. Is that going to be a thing? Please, Chris, don't do it. But nonetheless, congratulations once again to Chris Statlander on winning the Pro Wrestling Eve International Championship. Well, it's that time in the show. We need to get advice from our good friend Sienna. So let's go to Sienna with this clip.
There's one particular style of wrestling that everyone is debating on and off, and that is hardcore deathmatch wrestling. Now, when it comes to like wrestling, there's always going to be art of any creativity, any styles too. And hardcore deathmatch wrestling is actually one of them. And it's all about like trying to innovate is something that will go into like a high caliber, but putting on a good show as long as the matches and the storytelling, which is the main thing in storytelling, will come to par. And yes, there is going to be like, weapons that is like very questionable evolve. And the wrestlers, as long as they're like consenting that they're okay just to like get bladed and like red stuff coming out of the skin, and also medical personnel, then that's how it will show when it comes to like having this excessive like moveset or creativity as well too. In conclusion, y'all, like deathmatch wrestling, it has a lot of powerful creative way to go into the extreme too. It all depends if the talent has like a very high pain tolerance and they're okay with like going to extreme measures. And again, as long as there's a medical personnel or anyone who's certified to be there and all that. And, and I must say, I'm a very proud hardcore / deathmatch girly. But there's certain limitation to it. So, yeah.
Well, there you have it. Hey, speaking of deathmatch wrestling, let's talk about GCW. This is seriously probably one of my favorite events they hold every year. It was their Backyard Wrestling 7 that they always do on the 4th of July. If you've ever seen these shows they're hilarious. They're awesome. They're crazy. Definitely of the deathmatch variety for sure. I saw a lot of crazy shit on this one. I forget and one thing is I like how all the wrestlers pretty much are playing like different like personas and stuff.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of the one dude who came out, but there was like one dude who came out literally and had his like little firework pyro thing, and he literally got caught on fire ablaze and had to run into the pool to like set himself like or to get himself not on fire. It was crazy. Of course, he was okay. But yeah, this was a crazy ass show. It's available on Triller. If you like deathmatch, you want to dip your toe in it or something, I'd recommend checking it out because they do some pretty funky shit in this one. And it literally just takes place in somebody's backyard, with all the chaos of the elements and stuff. But man, like I say, I always look forward to these every 4th of July, and they had another great one this past 4th of July.
It's a good American pastime tradition.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, something we don't talk about a whole lot, just because there's so much wrestling, but we had to mention it this week. We have a new OVW heavyweight champion, and it's none other than Cal Hero. Big win for him, picking it up, winning it this past Tuesday night at the Independence Rage show. Of course, there was a one-night tournament. He ended up walking out victor, and I mean, this has been a long time coming too. This is his first world title win. I mean, Cal, it's been cool. We've been there since like the early days of the Fanny Pack Kid, just to watch him like grow and become like this incredible wrestler. And now he's on top of Ohio Valley Wrestling, and of course, we had to make him our wrestler of the week here this week on PW60 is Cal Hero. Once again, congratulations on winning the OVW championship. I just gonna show you, man. There's like you put in the hard work, you put in the time, man, and it truly pays off. And it's cool too, because like we said, we got to see his journey early on, and that's one of the great things about indie wrestling is just going to these shows and you see these guys, these gals who are like just getting their career started, and then like you think a couple years later and they're like world champions. So perfect segue into our good friend Michael, who's got an indie report for us about some indie shows that may be around your neck of the woods you should check out. So let's go to Mike with an indie report.
What up, yo? It's your boy MJ Plessis, here with another independent wrestling report. First off, we have Prestige Wrestling presents Shark Ethic, August 24th, Portland, Oregon, at the Morrison Market, stage 722, prestigewrestling.net for tickets and information. This will be downtown Portland, Oregon. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time is at 6. And secondly, we have Ego Pro Wrestling presents Revenge of the Forge, August 30th. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell is at 6 p.m. 32 West Cass Street in Joliet, Illinois. theforgelive.com for tickets and information on that. And a special reminder, next week, we are 1 week away from Prestige Wrestling Presents Combat Clash. This will be at the Vikings Pavilion at Portland State University at 7 p.m. on the West Coast. This event will be free on YouTube. PrestigeWrestling.com, I think there are still tickets available if you are in the Portland area. But for all of us not in the Portland area, Combat Clash by Prestige Wrestling will be free on YouTube next Sunday, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Well, there you have it. And hey, if you're not doing so, check out some of those indie shows. And also, even if you can't go, man, like Mike was saying, you can catch it on like YouTube and other streaming services to see some of those awesome shows. Well, I got to tell you, I'm bummed a little bit about this. We did report on this last week. Hiroki Goto did drop the IWGP Championship. Also, it does look like Goto has suffered an injury. We're not sure the extent of the injury, but he has officially been announced that he will not be a participant in this year's G1 Climax. Which once again is a bummer, man. He had so much momentum too, and I felt like it was like so long. I was really pumped to see like how that was going to go, but nonetheless, we here at PW6 we want to wish him well and hope Goto gets back in the ring sooner rather than later, and he's happy and healthy.
In some ways, I feel like though it makes his title reign like that more legendary because like he was fighting hurt and like he constantly was defending that title.
Yeah. Unlike anybody else in IWGP history and New Japan history, like nobody else have done like defended that belt like he had in a short time span. So he's going to go down. That run, I think, is going to go down as one of the most legendary ones in New Japan Pro Wrestling, in my opinion. So. But like I say, he is out. We do know the G1 Climax will be starting here in a couple weeks, and of course, we're going to have all sorts of information on that for you in the coming weeks here on PW60. So stay tuned for that. That great time of year for pro wrestling in Japan, where you got these multiple tournaments going on. Hey, this is some exciting news. We want to wish congratulations to Maria and Mike Kanellis, who announced their pregnancy. So they'll be having their third child. Of course, if you've been following Mike and Maria, you know Maria kind of has had a couple health scares over the past couple years. So it's exciting that they are healthy and happy and going to have their third child. So congratulations to them. It's awesome to persevere from that. Met Maria before. She is like one of the nicest people. She is super down to earth and awesome. So couldn't happen to anybody, any better people. And also, speaking of happiness and couples, we got to talk about this. Carmelo Hayes and Kalani Jordan are officially engaged as Carmelo popped the question over the weekend. Congratulations to both of them. It's awesome to see. You got another great wrestling couple here.
Looks like he went all out too. Like, dang, son.
No kidding, man. Hey, dude. It's like he says, Mellow don't miss, baby.
Mellow
don't miss. So, congratulations to both of them. And what the hell? Okay. So this is getting a lot of traction. I don't really know. I still am trying to wrap my brain around this, but it could happen. It could happen. It's heavily rumored that Cody Rhodes will be cast in the new Street Fighter movie to play Colonel Guile. I guess I see it, but it's like, I don't know, man. You already got Roman Reigns that's going to be in it. Like, and you're going to have Cody in it too? It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. What do you think of Cody Rhodes? You think he can pull off playing a Colonel Guile?
I don't know.
He's no John Claude Van Damme. I'm sorry, Raheem Cody Rhodes. But I don't know. Like, we'll see what happens. I guess he's got the blonde hair, right? So, and he's got the American tattoos just up here. You just need it down on the shoulder there. It's fucking weird.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see him like them put the hair on him and stuff. Like,
yeah. You know, and this was a story like we didn't have initially, but we're going to go ahead and report on it. So this came out this week. We don't have a slide for this. It's probably a good thing we don't have a slide. But apparently, Saraya revealed on her podcast that she
my gosh,
she had really relations. Yeah, because I almost messaged you. I was like, yeah, but we got time.
Yeah, I saw
time.
this.
So Saraya apparently admitted to having relations at an abandoned zoo. Now my question is, where was Woods? Is that no good? A little tasteless? Enough time has passed? Is there video evidence?
They weren't in the woods. They were in an abandoned zoo.
Zoo, brother. I'm with her, Ronnie Radke from oh my god, Fallen in Reverse.
No, they're like separated or whatever.
Well, I know they separated, but still, the time frame, if it adds up, because didn't they just separate this year?
I don't.
Oh man, Saraya. Saraya. Oh, Saraya.
Open book though, apparently.
What won't you do? Well, that was. It doesn't get more random than that, or does it? So let's go to Brian. To Brian's random moment of the week here on PW60.
Ooh, look, in the clear blue sky, high, and in my blue eyes. Patriotic, we just celebrated 4th of July, red, white, and blue, ow, America, and all that stuff. All right, of course, we know that coming up next Sunday, AEW's next, not PLE, but pay-per-view, I still call it that, All in Texas, or Y'all In, can be referred to that as well, in Texas, and looking forward to seeing what happens there. It's going to be a great card. But thinking about Texas, actually, for the random moment of the week, got me thinking about the man who came from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. That's right, Terry Funk. Yeah, that's my horrible Terry Funk impersonation. So I got to thinking about this just a few moments ago, as I'm recording this video, about the career of Terry Funk, the life of Terry Funk, and I want to know your top 5 moments. Now, this is not top 5 matches of Terry Funk's career. The top 5 moments. This could be part of a match. It could be a promo. It could be when he won the ECW title at, I think it was Barely Legal 97. It could be whenever he come out with the t-shirt that said Dusty Sucks Eggs in their great feud. It could be something from his acting career. Remember him in Roadhouse? Yeah, that was great. Not the new remake of Roadhouse, not that crap, but the original Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze and Terry Funk. Terry Funk makes things better. So yeah, top 5 moments in the career of Terry Funk, according to you, wrestling, acting, anything at all. I want to know. Comment below and have yourself a wonderful week.
I love it. Over the Top's #1 for me. Great movie. Although him and Roadhouse probably was the best. I'll tell you my favorite Terry Funk moment, and it's just like a random oddball, but it's from ECW. It was the build-up to Barely Legal, and they're doing like Raven's doing his promo, and then like Terry Funk comes in, and Terry Funk goes and just like being calm. Terry Funk, he sits down in the corner. And they're playing off of the whole like Raven's like abusive father thing or whatever, and like you're and Terry's the father like figure or whatever, So Raven's like just beats the shit out of him in the corner, and then Terry just deadpan looks up after he's getting his ass kicked, and he does the Raven pose, and he's like, "Quote the Funker, nevermore, you piece of shit." Like that always has popped me. I don't know why, but it's so damn funny. So anyways, that's my favorite Terry Funk moment. R.I.P. Love you, Brian. Love you, Terry. You know who else we love here on PW60? We love our wrestling content creators. And why don't you tell us about our wrestling content, or our Ruby Ringside wrestling content creator of the week this week, Mr. B-Roll?
Yes, our Ruby Ringside wrestling content creator is none other than, oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this because I can't read it.
Isn't it Cameron Valentine, pro wrestling content creator?
Yeah.
Or CCB
It's
for
like
short?
I think it's CZV Wrestling is what the username is, but he is a kid who does some dabbling in the pro wrestling content creating, And honestly, he does maybe even a better job than we do. He gives recaps. He covers everything from like OVW to Revolver and WWE and AEW. And I gotta tell you, I mean, what were we doing when we were his age? I mean, he
We need to get
like
him on this show.
yeah, like kid could be going places.
Huh?
Could be the next big thing.
I never know. Well, nonetheless, he is our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week. Is one CCB _ wrestling. If you're not doing so, go give them a follow. And our final story this week is WWE made it official. No, not a shocker or anything, but Survivor Series this year will continue the War Games tradition. A lot of people was questioning, didn't think War Games would be taking place at Survivor Series, that they go back to the traditional Survivor Series matchup, but nope. It is, in fact, War Games will take place, which I'm glad. I like, that's a tradition. I love the old Survivor Series matchups, but I'm glad they're still doing the War Games stuff too, because I enjoy them, even though it's like not the same as the OGs.
Because what is it?
It's War Games. But I'm excited to see War Games. I always love War Games. Who doesn't love War Games, man? It's a great matchup. Do you think John Cena could be in War Games?
I have no.
That would be an interesting one, because John Cena has never competed in a War Games.
I feel like it's gonna involve the Samoans.
Yeah, probably. This new bloodline, and Jacob Fatu and stuff. Yeah, I could see that. It's been done before. Could happen again. Hell, it was done at the last Survivor Series. We did the new bloodline and the OG bloodline, so could happen. But nonetheless, War Games will continue on at the Survivor Series, and I'm happy for it. Well, wow, look at us. Look at us. We're actually on time this week. We got 3 minutes to spare. Yeah. We did good. Well, that's everything that happened this past week in the world of pro wrestling. I just want to say this in closing, too, because there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world right now. A lot of it. Whether it's what's going on with our government, whether it's natural disasters. Want to give a huge shout out and definitely to all the people affected in Texas by the awful situation that happened there. Just know you're in our thoughts and prayers. But the most important thing is to remember this. We say this all the time on this show. Pro wrestling is for everyone. Pro wrestling, it doesn't matter if you love AEW, WWE, TNA, NXT, GCW, New Japan. Doesn't matter who. Just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy pro wrestling. And seriously, everybody, enjoy this week. This week is incredible. I only dreamed of weeks like this as a kid. The fact that there's this many shows going on all this week. I mean, we joke about some things here and there, but like seriously, this is going to be an awesome week, an awesome weekend. I mean, my gosh, man, you got Friday night with Ring of Honor show. You got SmackDown. Don't forget, you also got GCW's got a huge show going on in Dallas. Effie and Atticus Cogar for the GCW title on that one. That big I Quit match between KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse taking place on that show. Shotzi and Matt Cardona's rivalry. And that's at GCW at Gillies in Dallas on Friday. I think Revolver's also, or House of Glory. One of those companies is running a big show this weekend as well. Check out as much as you can, man. Just enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the week that lies ahead. And like I say, man, life's too short, man. Like, don't get caught up on the negativity and the bullshit stuff. And I get it. It's a lot easier said than done, folks. But enjoy this week in pro wrestling because, damn it, we've deserved it. And stay tuned all this week as we'll have some prediction shows coming your way, getting you ready for All In, getting you ready for the Saturday night's main event, Great American Bash, Evolution, and all that, and so much more this weekend. I'm Xlj the Og. He's Mr. B-Roll. And we'll see you next week on another episode of Pro Wrestling 60. Everybody have an awesome week. Enjoy All In weekend. Let's go.